It's International Women's Day, and we're going to be telling you about some women who've proven to be pillars in India's architectural prowess. These brilliant architects who are visionaries in building India's future. Nikita Singh brings you this special segment. Take a look.
Hello and a very happy Women's Day. I'm Nikita Singh. Now, India has seen remarkable architectural developments in the past couple of months, like the Ram Temple, the Bharat Mandapam and the Sudarshan Setu. This Women's Day, we want to celebrate women architects who've played a key role in developing India and are continuing to do so at present. Their contributions are sometimes lesser known, but very valuable. Let's start with Yuli Chaudhary, the first woman architect of India, who's inspired generations of architects.
Meet Urmila Yuli Chaudhary, India's pioneering woman architect and potentially Asia's first. She graduated from the University of Sydney in 1947 and collaborated with Le Corbusier on Chandigarh's design. She served as chief architect of Haryana and Punjab, leaving an indelible mark on Indian architecture.
She was the daughter of a foreign service officer, and therefore she had a very cosmopolitan and international background. So she kind of bridged many, you can say, not only architecturally but also socially between the European team and the Indian associates.
Next up, we have Sonali Rastogi, a seasoned architect who's always firmly believed that every project should possess a systematic approach to sustainability. This core element is also visible in her recent project, the Surat Diamond Bourse, which is also the world's largest single office building.
Sonali Rastogi has always been passionate about sustainable architecture. Her innovative approach, encapsulated in the philosophy of her organization, aims to redefine design standards. Her firm's completion of the Surat Diamond Bourse, with a platinum rating from the Indian Green Building Council, reaffirms this belief.
The current time that we are in, we are talking of building 1 billion square feet over the next 10 years. We are talking of India meeting a net zero pledge, which is zero energy buildings. And a large part of this sort of India shining projection across the world, a large part of it is going to be about nation building by architects. I want to go back to just a building that was inaugurated by Prime Minister Modi in December, which is Surat Diamond Bourse. We built at great speed, at absolutely controlled price points, used only mostly Indian materials, and was built by a community to elevate their own condition, which is the community of Surat Diamond Bourse workers. Even when I am not thinking about an ongoing project that I have, I am thinking problems and solutions. So I advise any youngster who is thinking of taking this up as a profession, that either this is your life, then take it up. If it's your work, then don't take it up.
Now let's shift our focus to a young architect, a rising star, Aishwarya Tipnis, who's casting her passion of reviving the heritage of our country onto the architectural canvas. Her projects span across working with the Indian Railways to restoring of Havelis in Delhi.
With accolades including the UNESCO Award for Heritage Conservation, Aishwarya Tipnis is a change maker in preserving cultural heritage. She's also empowering the youth to engage with India's rich heritage in contemporary contexts.
I grew up in Delhi in the 1980s. So architecture had a very strong impression on me because the city was my inspiration. And I think when we started studying architecture, it was like a 50-50 batch with 50% girls and 50% boys. And every year they would take us to some part of the country. We were going to Pondicherry and Diu and Rajasthan and exploring all kinds of richness in architecture. And I think that's where the love for heritage was really honed. I wanted to do adaptive reuse. Everyone laughed at me and they said, you're not getting any projects, so you want to do these renovation and these kind of buildings. But today, like 20 years later, adaptive reuse is recognized as the key way forward for sustainability. When I started out, of course, there were no projects and there was no market and there were no jobs. So I had to invent one for myself. The thing is that when I started, people used to say that men design, women decorate. I can look back on the last 20 years and with a lot of wisdom accept that we are in a patriarchal society, and it was not odd for me to walk into job interviews and be asked what my father did or what my husband does or did or what my brother does, because it was very difficult for people to fathom that women can be independent, women can have their own thought, and women can run their own enterprises.
India's future development shines bright as it rests in the capable hands of both current and emerging women architects, whose contributions pave the way for extraordinary progress.